Hello everyone and welcome back to English with Lucy. Today I know I always say it's an exciting video, but I think today's video is especially exciting. We're going to throw it back a bit. We're going to go back in time to one of my first ever videos. If I remember correctly, it was called How to Learn and Remember Vocabulary. And I basically spoke about the method that I used to become fluent in Spanish. In case you weren't aware, I am fluent in Spanish. It's a language that I thoroughly enjoyed learning.
Y yo pensando, pues qué raros soy los españoles, todo el día preguntándome qué raza de perro tengo. Una percholiza, coño, que no me preguntáis de nuevo. Oof.
Now, in the video where I spoke about my method for acquiring vocabulary, I spoke about keeping a vocab diary. And I'd like to update this method now because I think I've got some really relevant tips to share with you. I know that a lot of you are trying to learn English from your home and perhaps you don't have many speakers of English to practice with. This was my problem when I started learning Spanish, so I can really relate with you. When I was going about my daily life in my hometown in England, I was constantly thinking about acquiring Spanish vocabulary.
So from the minute you leave the house, you need to be on the lookout for words that you don't know. You're training your brain to be constantly looking and confirming that it knows words in that second language. And immediately when it doesn't know, alert, you write that word down and then you know that you're going to search for it later.
I always like to think of learning a language as filling in the gaps. I'd much rather go through my life and noticing where I'm lacking and filling in those gaps than working methodically through a textbook. I think it's much better to prioritise learning vocabulary and grammar that is relevant to you. Whenever I was on my way to work on public transport, I'd be looking around, do I know that word? Do I know that word? And if I didn't know it, I would note it down, and at the end of the day, I would then go through all of the words that I'd written down in my own language, ready to research and translate in my second language. This was such an effective method for me. Once I started doing this, my vocabulary just skyrocketed, and I want to be able to help you do that. I have created something really exciting. I have created the tool that I wish I had had back then, but it's for you learners of English. So what have I made for you? Well, I have made the English plan, which is not one, but actually 4 vocabulary diaries, but they are so much more than just simple vocabulary diaries. There is so much in each of these. I can't wait to show you. So each edition, each of these, is a 90-day or 3-month study planner. So altogether, you have 1 full year of English study planning. You can get them one by one, or you can get the bundle of all 4, 1 whole year of learning at a much better deal. So in each planner, you have a daily vocab diary with space for 10 new words or phrases and then more note space as well. You can use this for grammar or for additional words that you've learnt throughout the day. And on each page, you have an idiom of the day with an example and a definition. Each edition has different idioms, so in total, you will have over 365 different idioms. So for a year, you can learn a new idiom every day, as well as all the vocabulary in your vocab diary. One thing I really love is that I haven't put in set months and days. I've put in a month 3, day 26, for example. And you can put in your own date, so you can stop and start at any time. So you could choose to use this religiously every single day, or you can stop and start as you please. You can see where you'll be in 90 days time exactly, or you could see where you are in 90 study days time. That might take 100 days or 120 days, but it's 90 days in this book. When you start each 90-day planner, you have the opportunity to write out your long-term goals, which are really, really important when you're learning a language. We also have a monthly goals page, so you can set realistic goals for each month, which podcast you're going to listen to, which film you're going to watch, how you're going to improve your vocabulary or your speaking. And for each month, we have something that I am in love with at the moment, and that is a habit tracker. Habit trackers are so satisfying to use. You basically use them to start new good habits or also to get rid of existing bad habits. The habit tracker comes with reading, writing, listening and speaking, but I've also, as an example, filled in other things like attending a conversation class, talking in English on WhatsApp, for example. And each day throughout the month, you mark if you have performed or avoided that activity. And then at the end of the month, you've got a really cool illustration of how you're progressing. It can be really, really motivating because you don't want to miss that little square. You want to colour it in at the end of each day. At the end of each month, you also have little language boost pages, which are pages of my best English tips. We've got everything from collocations to prepositions to pronunciation. There's loads in there. There are also pages to fill out synonyms that you've learnt along the way, antonyms as well, opposites, spelling practice, irregular verb tables, personal dictionary so that you can write down the most important words that you've learnt throughout the 90-day period. There's extra space for grammar notes. So a little example of the vocab diary in action. Here, all of the words that I've picked up throughout the day, the date, and also some reminders. The minute you remember that you have to do something to do with language, note it down so then you can relax and think about it when you get home. I can't wait for you to try the English plan. I hope you find this vocabulary acquisition method as effective as I did. For me, it transformed my Spanish, so I hope that it transforms your English. I'm sure it will. It's such a good method. There's so much in there to help you. If you would like to get your hands on one of these or 4 of these, I've left the link to the store in the description box. We are doing a pre-sale, so this is going to be very limited. They are all made and designed in England and they will be sent from here. So we're doing a pre-sale. You've got to get in your order now. We're only doing the pre-sale for 2 weeks. I can offer you a much better deal if you go for the 4-book bundle. That's 1 whole year of studying. If you go for this deal, you basically get 1 book free. Pay for 3, get 1 free. I've never made anything like this before. I've never made and sent anything physical to you. So I'm really excited. That's why we're doing the pre-sale. We don't know what's going to happen, so it's very limited. So make sure you don't miss out. I can't wait to see where you will be in 90 days' time or in 1 year's time. You're going to learn so much vocabulary and it will all be here within your copies of the English plan. I just love it so much. I'm so happy with it. I will see you soon for another lesson. Mwah!